Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make this easy v-neck sweater. I'll be making this sweater in a size small. You can easily make this sweater cropped, full length, or any length you want. The free written pattern is on my blog, forthefrills.com, and it ranges from sizes extra small to 3 extra large. The link is down below in the description bar. You will need Aran or worsted weight cotton yarn, a 5mm crochet hook, some scissors and a darning needle. We're going to start with the left shoulder of the front panel. To begin, create a slip knot. Insert your crochet hook into the loop. Chain 24. Once you have 24 chains, we're going to start row 1. To start row 1, we're going to double crochet into the third chain from the hook. To double crochet, yarn over and insert your hook into the chain. Yarn over and pull up a loop. You should have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. Double crochet in each chain until the end of the row. At the end of the row, you should have 22 stitches. Turn your work. To start row 2, chain 2. Throughout this pattern, the turning chain of chain 2 doesn't count as a stitch. Double crochet into each stitch until the end of the row. At the end of row 2, you should still have 22 stitches. Turn your work. And then row 3 is exactly the same as row 2. Chain 2 and then double crochet in each stitch until the end of the row. At the end of row 3, you should have 22 stitches. Turn your work. We're going to start row 4 by chaining 2. And we're going to double crochet in each stitch until the last stitch. When you have 1 stitch left over, place 2 double crochets into the last stitch. You should have 23 stitches in total. Turn your work. To start row 5, chain 2. Place 2 double crochets into the first stitch. Double crochet in each stitch until the end of the row. You should have 24 stitches in total. Turn your work. Row 6 is the same as row 4, so chain 2, double crochet in each stitch until the last stitch. And then place 2 double crochets into the last stitch. Turn your work. To start row 7, chain 2. Place 2 double crochets into the first stitch. Place 2 double crochets into the next stitch. Double crochet in each stitch until the end of the row. You should have 27 stitches in total. Turn your work. To start row 8, chain 2. Double crochet in each stitch until you have 2 stitches left in your row. Place 2 double crochets in the next stitch. and then 2 double crochets in the last stitch of the row. You should have 29 stitches. Turn your work. You can see that the slope of the V-neck is starting to form. To start row 9, chain 2. Place 2 double crochets into the first stitch. Place 2 double crochets into the next stitch. Double crochet in each stitch until the end of the row. You should have 31 stitches in total. Turn your work. To start row 10, chain 2. Double crochet in each stitch until the last stitch. Place 2 double crochets into the last stitch. Fasten off. And then we're going to create the right side of the V-neck. To create the right shoulder piece, repeat rows 1 to 3 from the left shoulder. So you should have 3 rows of double crochets and 22 stitches. To start row 4, chain 2. Place 2 double crochets into the first stitch. Double crochet in each stitch until the end of the row. You should have 23 stitches in total. Turn your work. For row 5, chain 2. Double crochet in each stitch until the last stitch of the row. Place 2 double crochets in the last stitch of the row. You should have 24 stitches. Turn your work. To start row 6, chain 2. Place 2 double crochets into the first stitch. Double crochet in each stitch until the end of the row. You'll have 25 stitches. Turn your work. To start row 7, chain 2. Double crochet in each stitch until you have 2 stitches left in your row. When you have 2 stitches left, place 2 double crochets into the next stitch. Place 2 double crochets into the last stitch of the row. You'll have 27 stitches in total. Turn your work. To start row 8, chain 2. Place 2 double crochets into the first stitch. Place 2 double crochets into the next stitch. Double crochet in each stitch until the end of the row. You should have 29 stitches in total. Turn your work. To start row 9, chain 2. Double crochet in each stitch until the last 2 stitches. Place 2 double crochets in the next stitch. And then place 2 double crochets in the last stitch. You should have 31 stitches in total. Turn your work. For row 10, chain 2. Place 2 double crochets into the first stitch. Double crochet in each stitch until the end of the row. You'll have 32 stitches. Turn your work. Don't fasten off. We're now going to crochet the joining row and attach the 2 shoulder pieces together. To start the joining row, chain 2. Double crochet in each stitch until you have 1 stitch left in the row. Place 2 double crochets into the last stitch of the row. You should have 33 stitches in total. With the right side facing up, place the left shoulder piece to the left of the right shoulder piece. We're going to place 2 double crochets into the first stitch of the left shoulder. And now you've joined the 2 pieces together. Double crochet in each stitch until the end of the row. At the end of the joining row, you should have 66 stitches in total. Turn your work. To start body row 1, chain 2. Double crochet in each stitch until the end of the row. You should have 66 double crochets in total. Turn your work. We're going to repeat body row 1 until you reach your desired length. You can easily make this sweater into a cropped sweater, a beach cover-up, or a dress. I'm making mine into a long pullover style, so I'm going to continue until body row 39, or I have 52 rows in total. Once you've reached your desired length, fasten off. And you've finished your V-neck front panel. To start the back panel, create a slip knot. Insert your crochet hook into the loop. Chain 68. To start row 1, we're going to double crochet into the 3rd chain from the hook. Double crochet in each chain until the end of the row. You'll have 66 stitches in total. Turn your work. To start row 2, chain 2. Double crochet in each stitch until the end of the row and turn. Repeat row 2 until you have the same number of rows as your front panel. I repeated until I had 52 rows in my back panel. Fasten off. We're now going to crochet the sleeves. They're going to be crocheted in the round from the cuff up. To begin, create a slip knot. Insert your crochet hook into the loop. Chain 29. Once you have 29 chains, we're going to slip stitch into the first chain by the slip knot to form a ring. Make sure that none of your chains are twisted. To start round 1, we're going to chain 2. Double crochet in each chain in the round. You should have 29 stitches in total. Slip stitch into the first double crochet to join your round. Turn your work. To start round 2, chain 2. Double crochet in each stitch in the round. Slip stitch to join and turn. To start round 3, chain 2. Place 2 double crochets into the first stitch. Double crochet in each stitch around. You should have 30 stitches in total. Slip stitch to join and turn. Round 4 is just like round 2, so chain 2 and place 1 double crochet in each stitch in the round. Slip stitch to join and turn. To start round 5, chain 2, double crochet in each stitch around until the last stitch. Place 2 double crochets into the last stitch of the round. You should have 31 stitches in total. Slip stitch to join and turn. You're going to repeat rounds 2 to 5 3 more times until the end of round 17. You can find the exact stitch count for each round in the blog post. At the end of round 17, you should have 37 stitches in total. Slip stitch to join and turn. We're now going to repeat round 3 until the sleeve measures 39 centimeters or 15.5 inches long. So you're going to chain 2, place 2 double crochets into the first stitch, double crochet in each stitch round, slip stitch to join and turn. Your stitch count will increase by 1 stitch each round. Once your sleeve measures 39 centimeters or 15.5 inches, fasten off. Repeat these steps for the second sleeve. We're now going to assemble the sweater. Place the front panel on top of the back panel. You can use stitch markers to hold the V-neck in place. Thread your darning needle with a tail of yarn. Whip stitch across the tops of the shoulders. Once you've sewn your shoulder seams together, line up the edges of the sleeve with the edges of the body. Use a stitch marker to mark the bottom of the sleeve. Whip stitch up the sides of your body from the hem until the stitch marker. This will leave a gap for the sleeve armholes. Sew up both sides and then sew the tops of the sleeves to the body. Again, you can use stitch markers or safety pins to help hold the pieces together. Once you've sewn on both of the sleeves to the sweater, we're going to finish off the V-neck. Insert your crochet hook along the top of the V-neck. Secure your yarn and pull through a loop. Chain 1. Single crochet along the edge of the V-neck. The exact number of stitches doesn't really matter, but you want to make sure that your stitches are nice and even and you have the same tension throughout. If your neckline is ruffling, you have too many stitches along the V-neck, and if it's puckering, you have too few stitches. Place 1 single crochet in each stitch along the back of the neckline. When you reach the first single crochet, slip stitch to join. Fasten off. Weave in all of your ends. And you've finished your Ocean Breeze sweater.